Do you want to be the hostess with the mostest? Just like the way that you present yourself in public, the way that you present your house and household makes an impression on your guests. Your guests learn a lot about you when they stay with you and vice versa. So today I wanted to give you some tips on being a great host or hostess. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think it goes without saying that you need to have clean linens and towels for your guests. Their bathroom needs to be cleaned. You need to have a clutter-free house, sweep, dust, mop, etc. But what are some things that are typically not thought about? I like to be the guest in my own home. By putting yourself in your guest's shoes, that allows you to learn about how your guests feel in your house. You may not be aware of your guests' needs because you're never spending time in your guest room or guest bathroom on a daily basis. But by putting yourself in their shoes, you'll be able to know what your guests' needs are before your guests even know that they have that need. So I will actually lay on the bed and look at the ceiling to make sure that there is no spider webs or an inch of dust on the ceiling fan. I'll make sure all of the light bulbs and all the lamps work and making sure that there's no spiders or spider webs lurking in the corners. A couple of other things that I like to do is make sure that my guests actually have a place to put all of their luggage and bags. In my house, I have a big window seat and a bench in the guest room, and this is plenty of space for my guests to put all of their things. But if you don't have areas like this in your guest room, then you can go on Amazon and buy a luggage rack, and I can guarantee that your guests will appreciate it. Making sure that there's hangers in the closets for your guests is a big thing too. Having 5 or 6 hangers in your guest closet will be really nice for them when they have dresses or suits to hang up. Now in the bathroom, I like to provide my guests with a drawer of necessities. It is really easy to forget a toothbrush or toothpaste or soap, so instead of my guests realizing it late at night and having to run out to the drugstore to grab a toothbrush, I like to have all of these things for them just in case they forget. Don't assume that your guests know where you keep all of your stuff. A lot of guests like to have extra blankets or pillows, so I make sure that the blankets and pillows, they're either out and accessible, or I let my guests know where they can find extra things. I also like to provide a heater and a fan because some guests can get really cold and some guests get really hot. So having these items in the room will make your guests feel a lot more comfortable. I've had this situation happen to me before where I cannot for the life of me find the towel at the place I'm staying at, and it's late at night and I don't want to wake up people to ask them. So having towels, washcloth, and a bath mat set out for your guests will ensure that they have no question where to find these things. And it is not cute to be stranded on the toilet without toilet paper. I like to have a basket of toilet paper beside every toilet in my house. That way my guests never run out. Is there anything worse than waking up at someone's house and being starving and there is no food anywhere to be found, or there is no plan for breakfast? Even if you're not a breakfast person, that doesn't mean that your guests aren't as well. You don't have to cook a full meal, although if you did, I'm sure your guests would love you for it. But make sure that you have some quick breakfast items for your guests, such as oatmeal, fruit, eggs, yogurt, etc. And something else that I like to do is, especially with a lot of allergies and sensitivities to foods nowadays, I ask my guests, especially if it's the first time that they're coming to my house, if they have any dietary needs. If your guests do have a special need, they will definitely appreciate you asking. So that's all of the tips that I have today. I'm sure there are many more, and I am not the perfect hostess in any way. I have learned all of these things by my guests asking me where things are and me noticing that they have a need. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite tips are for preparing for guests. Like always, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.